The cameras rolled as the desert sun dipped behind the Arizona mountains. Sister Wives fans leaned closer to their screens, hanging on every word. In a moment that captured the heart of Season 19, Kody Brown, the once unshakable patriarch, delivered a line no one expected. "Just kidding, I truly loved my wives." It was a moment that blended humor, deep reflection, and emotion, leaving viewers stunned. But in true Brown family fashion, the real meaning lay between the lines. Kody's season of reflection. When Season 19 began, it was clear Kody Brown was a man facing major life changes. 3 of his 4 marriages had ended. Christine had moved forward with her new life alongside David Woolley. Janelle had embraced peace and independence. Even Mary, who had once stood by him steadfastly, chose to start fresh, building a life where she was truly appreciated. Only Robyn remained, and even that relationship was not without its challenges, weighed down by the emotional fallout of the past few years. Throughout the early episodes, Kody often appeared guarded. He expressed frustration and confusion about how everything had unraveled. He voiced doubts about whether love had been real or enduring. But as the season progressed, small moments, a heavy sigh, a distant gaze, a word left unspoken, revealed deeper emotions. Regret, it seemed, had found its way into Kody's heart. Then came the moment. Episode 22. A quiet, raw conversation with the cameras. Kody leaned forward, hands clasped, a faint smile playing at his lips, and spoke the words that would define the season. "Just kidding, I truly loved my wives. Every single one of them." The production crew paused, unsure whether he was making light of the past or finally being open with himself. Understanding Kody's words. In a heartfelt confessional, Kody opened up more than ever before. I think somewhere along the way, I got so hurt, so disappointed, that I started telling myself none of it was real," he said, voice shaking slightly. "If I could believe they didn't love me, or I didn't love them, maybe it wouldn't hurt so much when things changed." He paused, gathering his thoughts. "But it's not true. I loved Mary. I loved Janelle. I loved Christine. I love Robyn. I didn't always know the right way to show it. And when things started breaking apart, I didn't fight for what mattered most." It was a remarkable moment. Not a complete undoing of past events, but an honest acknowledgement of mistakes. Flashbacks to brighter days. As Kody spoke, TLC layered in scenes from earlier seasons. Happier moments when the family was unified. Mary and Kody laughed together on family trips. Janelle weathered every storm with quiet strength. Christine filled their home with laughter and light. Robyn entered their lives with hope and new dreams. The montage was bittersweet, reminding viewers that Sister Wives began with a sincere belief in building something unique. A dream that, despite flaws, was once deeply meaningful. Kody's reflections suggested that it wasn't a lack of love that led to the family's unraveling. It was a lack of understanding, communication, and the ability to adapt as life evolved. How the wives responded. Naturally, fans wanted to know, how did the wives feel about Kody's sudden reflection? Christine, now planning her future with David Woolley, responded warmly but firmly. "I'm really happy he's being honest," she said with a gentle smile. "But it doesn't change where I'm at. I've moved forward with my life, and I'm grateful every day." Janelle, settled in her peaceful North Carolina home, responded with characteristic humor. "Kody's always been a little theatrical," she said, chuckling. "It's nice to hear him say it. I never doubted there was love at the start. But love needs partnership, trust, and respect to grow." Mary, thoughtful as always, shared her perspective carefully. "I believed for a long time that we had something real," she said. And in many ways, we did. But real relationships take effort, patience, and consistency. I'm proud of where I am now, standing strong on my own. Robyn's reaction was emotional, wiping away tears as she reflected. I always knew his heart was there, she said. It's been a painful journey, but I hope he finds peace too. Fans' reactions across social media. As the episode aired, social media lit up with reactions. Is this Kody's redemption arc or just another twist? One fan asked on X, formerly Twitter. At least he's finally acknowledging it, another wrote. Some were more skeptical. Funny how realizations come after the damage is done. Memes appeared within minutes. Kody's smiling face next to bold, "Just kidding" captions, a playful take on an otherwise serious revelation. But beyond the jokes, longtime fans who had followed the Brown family's journey for over a decade felt a wave of emotion. Whether they agreed or disagreed with Kody's choices, many appreciated his vulnerability in this rare moment. Kody's next chapter. Season 19's final scenes showed Kody standing alone on the wide-open spaces of Coyote Pass, the land that once symbolized a shared dream. The camera panned out as the wind stirred the dust around him, his expression unreadable. In his last confessional of the season, Kody spoke with quiet determination. I can't change the past. None of us can. But maybe I can figure out how to be better moving forward. For myself and for the people who still care about me. It wasn't a plea for reconciliation. It wasn't a grand gesture. It was something simpler and more powerful. Acceptance of the past and a small step toward growth. A season of change. As Sister Wives closed another chapter, the message was clear. Relationships are complex, growth is difficult, and healing takes time. Kody's surprising line, "Just kidding. I truly loved my wives," may have begun as a moment of humor, but it evolved into something far deeper. A candid look at love, loss, and the messy, beautiful process of change. Whether or not the Brown family ever finds full peace is unknown. But their story continues, filled with hope, lessons, and the possibility of new beginnings. The Arizona sun dipped low across the sprawling desert, casting long shadows over the empty fields of Coyote Pass. The cameras were rolling, the air thick with tension, and Sister Wives fans everywhere leaned closer to their screens, bracing for what was next. Kody Brown, the once proud leader of the Brown family, sat alone in a quiet confessional, his hair tousled by the dry wind, his hands nervously clasped in front of him. He looked into the lens and smiled. "Just kidding," he said suddenly, half laughing, half sighing. "I truly loved my wives." The production team froze. Fans blinked in disbelief. Was this sarcasm? A joke? Or, after everything, was it an unexpected breakthrough? Whatever it was, it marked the emotional turning point of Sister Wives Season 19. A season defined not by drama, but by introspection. The season of unraveling. The beginning of Season 19 was painful to watch. Kody seemed more isolated than ever, his relationships frayed beyond repair. Christine had left first, choosing happiness with David Woolley. Janelle found strength in her independence, building a new life far from the old tensions. Even Mary, once willing to weather any storm, stepped away with quiet dignity. Only Robyn remained at Kody's side, but the cracks in their relationship were visible. The weight of the family's collapse hung heavily over them, even in moments of shared laughter or private conversations. For the first half of the season, Kody was defensive. He blamed disloyalty, betrayal, and change. His anger became a shield. His grief, though clear to anyone watching, remained unspoken. Until now. The moment everything shifted. In episode 22, the cameras caught something rare, a Kody Brown strip of bravado. "I spent a lot of time convincing myself I was the only one who cared," he said, voice low, almost lost in thought. "I thought if I believed they didn't love me, or I didn't love them, it would hurt less." He smiled wryly, the weight of years visible in the lines around his eyes. "But the truth is, I did love them. All of them, Mary, Janelle, Christine, Robyn, deeply." For the first time in a long while, Kody didn't speak like a man trying to justify the past. He spoke like someone finally reckoning with it. A look back and a look within. As Kody reflected, producers played a montage of old footage. Mary and Kody laughing together during early road trips. Janelle's quiet strength during hard winters. Christine lighting up family events with her humor. Robyn's hopeful arrival, bringing dreams of unity. The flashbacks were almost too much to bear. For longtime viewers, they were a reminder that this family wasn't built on illusions. It was real, complicated, flawed, but real. Kody's confession peeled back layers of pain. He hadn't stopped loving his wives. Somewhere along the journey, he had simply lost sight of how to love them in the ways they needed most. "I let fear win," he admitted. "When the walls started falling, I built higher ones instead of opening the door." The wives speak their truths. After Kody's confession aired, TLC sat down with each of the wives to hear their reactions. Christine, radiant in her new life, smiled kindly when asked about Kody's statement. "I believe he loved us," she said. "I always believed that. But love has to be active. You have to choose it every day, through good and bad. I'm glad he's realizing that now. But my journey is somewhere new, and I'm grateful for it." Janelle, relaxed and laughing in her cozy North Carolina living room, offered her thoughts with characteristic warmth. "I never doubted there was love," she said. "But love without partnership, respect, and teamwork, it doesn't work. I loved the idea of what we were building. Now I'm just building something else, for me." Mary, thoughtful and poised, chose her words carefully. "I think parts of it were real." "Absolutely," she said. "But when the effort faded, when the trust eroded, love wasn't enough. It has to be nurtured. I'm proud of where I've landed. It took a lot of strength to stand on my own." Robyn, emotional, wiped away a tear during her interview. "I always knew," she whispered. "He loved us. He just got lost. We all got lost." Fans react to Kody's vulnerability. The internet lit up instantly. Kody finally saying the thing we all knew. One fan posted on X. "Growth is messy, but wow, that felt real," another commented. Some were skeptical. Funny how clarity shows up when you're standing alone. Memes spread quickly. Kody's grinning face under captions like, "Just kidding." "I did love them." But underneath the jokes, the fandom felt something genuine shift. After years of defensiveness, of walls and blame, Kody Brown had finally laid down his armor, even if just for a moment. And it mattered. A new beginning. The season's final shots showed Kody standing alone on Coyote Pass. The vast emptiness stretched out around him. Land that once symbolized hope for a sprawling family dream, now hauntingly silent. He looked out over the rocky ground, wind stirring dust at his boots. He took a long, deep breath. In his final confessional, he said softly, "I can't go back. I can't rewrite the story. But maybe I can do better. Not for anyone else. For me." It wasn't a grand gesture. It wasn't a promise to fix everything. It was simply a man acknowledging his failures and choosing, finally, to learn. And maybe that's where real change begins. The end of an era and the start of another. Season 19 didn't end with a reunion. There were no sweeping apologies, no dramatic reconciliations. The Brown family had changed, perhaps permanently, and maybe that was okay. Because what Sister Wives ultimately showed wasn't just the breaking of a family. It showed the complicated, painful, necessary steps of growing up, even when you're already grown. Kody's unexpected declaration, "Just kidding. I truly loved my wives," may have seemed like a joke at first, but by the season's close, it was something deeper. A confession. An apology. And maybe, just maybe, a quiet promise to finally move forward. Their story isn't over. It's just different now. And maybe, in its own way, more real than ever.